Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our project presentation for LDCW6123 Fundamental of Digital Competence for Programmers. First of all, thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation. In this video, we will present our project, which is about Password Manager. Before we begin, we would like to introduce ourselves. We are from Group 1. I'm the group leader. My name is Li Jieming.
My name is Li Jisheng.
My name is Liang Ming.
And my name is Di Yujie.
Our project consists of two parts. The first part applies Brian Winston model of technological innovation to explain the evolution of password managers. The second part is the development of an interactive C++ system. So without further delay, let's begin our presentation. So let us briefly understand what a password manager is. A password manager is a software application that securely store and organize user digital credentials through encryption technologies. Instead of remembering multiple different passwords, user only need to remember a single master password. Modern Password Manager provides several important features. Secure storage protect password using encryption algorithm. Password generator creates strong and unique password automatically. Autofill function improves convenience by filling login credential for user. Finally, cloud synchronization allow user to access their password across multiple devices. This feature makes Password Manager an important cybersecurity technology in today's digital world. After understanding the basic concept of Password Manager, we will now explain their development using Brian Winston model of technology innovation. So we apply Brian Winston model to analyze the innovation life cycle of Password Manager. The model explains how technology evolved from scientific knowledge into widely adopted product through several interconnected stages. We will now explain each component one by one. The first component is scientific competence. This stage refers the scientific and technical knowledge that make a technology possible. For Password Manager, the most important knowledge base is cryptography. Cryptography allows password to be encrypted, so even if the data is stored inside a system, it cannot be easily read by unauthorized users. Besides encryption, secure software engineering is also important because Password Manager must be reliable and safe to use. If the software has bugs or weak security design, user password may be exposed. Database technology are also needed because Password Manager must store and organize many credentials properly. Cloud synchronization later made Password Manager more useful because users could access their password from phone, laptop, or other device. Therefore, without this scientific and technical foundation, Password Manager would not be possible. So the next is ideation. This stage explains how the idea of the technology was formed. The idea of Password Manager comes from a real problem faced by internet users. As people started using more online services, they had more accounts to manage. For example, one person may have password for email, banking, shopping, social media, university system, and work accounts. Because of this, many users started forgetting password or reusing the same password across many websites. This is dangerous because if one account is hacked, other accounts may also be affected. Some users also wrote password on paper or saved them in a plain text file, which created more security risk. So the idea of a password manager was created to solve this problem. Instead of remembering many passwords, users only need to remember one master password. So the next component is prototypes. In this stage, early versions of the technology are developed to test whether the idea can work in real life. For Password Manager, one early example was Password Safe in 1997. It showed that password could be stored locally in an encrypted form. RoboForm was introduced in 1999 and added more practical features such as password storage and automatic form filling. This made password management more convenient for daily internet use. KeePass was introduced in 2003 as an open source password manager. This was important because it allowed the community to review, use, and improve the software. This prototype proved that Password Manager was technically possible and useful. They also become the foundation for many modern Password Manager features. For the fourth component, supervening social necessity. This means that a technology becomes more important when a society really needs it. Password Manager becomes necessary because online accounts become part of daily life. People need password for banking, education, shopping, entertainment, and work. At the same time, cybersecurity threats also increase. Password reuse, weak password, hacking, and data breach become serious problems. This created pressure for a better password management solution. Users needed something secure, but also simple and convenient. Therefore, Password Manager was not created only because the technology existed, They become important because society had a strong need for safer and easier password management. I will now pass the presentation to Mr. Lee Jiesheng, who will explain the fifth component, invention.
Alright, so the fifth component is inventions. This set shows how the prototype become practical and recognized product. The Go made password manager easy by combining password storage with automatic form filling. KeePass also help because it provides a secure and open source solutions. Users who care about the transparency and control could use the KeePass to manage credentials safely. At this stage, password manager become more than just technical ideas. They become real cybersecurity tools that user could install and use it. The invention step is important because it changes password manager from early prototype into a practical product for real user. Next, for the next component is the law of subversion of radical potential. Vincent explained that even if a technology is useful, social factor can slow down its adoption. For password manager, one major concern is trust. Some users are afraid of store all the password in one digital vault. They may feel that if the vault is hacked, all their account will be a risk. Some organizations also worry about using third-party card password manager because of privacy and data control issue. Another limitation is user behavior. Elderly user or lost technical user may prefer traditional method, such as writing password on the paper, because they are more familiar with them. Because of this concern, password manager did not become accepted by everyone immediately. Their adoption was slowed by fear, trust issue, and user habit. The seventh component is diffusion. Diffusion means the technology spread from area user to wide society. At first, password manager were mainly used by cybersecurity professionals only, and users who were already concerned about online security. Later, businesses start using the password manager to manage employee credentials and reduce the security risk. After that, password manager features become more common in a web browser, mobile phone, and cloud platform. This made the technology easy for ordinary users to access. Today, password managers are no longer only for experts. They are widely used by every user to manage many online accounts securely. This shows that the technology has diffused from a nice cybersecurity tools into a mainstream digital security solutions. So the final step is spin-off and redundancies. This test explains how the technology can create new related technologies while making other practice less useful. Password Manager creates several spin-off. For example, Password Generator helps the user to create a strong and unique password automatically. Passkey and passwordless authentications are also related development because they aim to reduce the dependence on traditional password. Single sign-on identity and access management and multi-factor authentications are also connected because they improve how the user access and protect the digital account. At the same time, password manager makes some other practice redundant. People no longer need to write the password in a notebook, save them in a plain text file, or memorize many different passwords. Frequent password reset requests can also be reduced because user can store and retire password more effectively. So this stats show that password manager did not only solve one problem, they also influences the development of newer authentication technology and change of password habit. This concludes part one of our project. I will now like to pass to Mr. Liu Ming and Mr. TJ, who will present part two, which focus on our interactive system.
Now I will explain the core functions of our Smart Password Security Checker. The first function is main, which acts as the starting point of the program. It displays the main menu, process the user input, call the corresponding function based on the selected options, and keeps the program running until the user chooses to exit. The second function is check password, which is the core functionality of our applications. This function evaluates the strength of the user password by checking several security requirements, including the password length, uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Based on these criteria, the program classifies the password as weak, medium, or strong, and provide appropriate feedback to help user create more secure password. Besides the core functions, our program also includes two supporting functions that improve the overall user experience. The first is show tips. These functions displays password security guidelines, such as using longest password, combining different character types, avoiding personal information, and using different password for different accounts. Its purpose is to educate user on good password practices and improve cybersecurity awareness. The second function is show about. This function provides information about the applications, including the program name, category, purpose, and project details. Together, these supporting functions make the applications more informative, educational, and user-friendly. Next, I will explain our Git log. Throughout the development process, we use Git, a version control system, to record every important change made to our project. As shown on the screen, we first created the project structure and designed the user interface. We then implemented the menu navigation, password input feature, password validation logic, and password scoring system, which form the core functionality of the application. After completing the main features, we added the supporting pages, including the password security tips page, the about program page, the exit screen, and the return to menu functions. Finally, we improved the program by adding input validations, comments, and cleaning up the source code to make it more reliable and easier to maintain. Overall, the Git log clearly demonstrates the step-by-step development process of our applications. Next, I would like to invite my teammate, Mr. TJ, to continue with the live demonstration of our smart password security checker.
So now I'm going to demonstrate how a smart password security checker works. So our project is under the category of cybersecurity password manager. So this application allows the user to evaluate the strength of their password, and they were giving their recommendation to improve the password security. So this is our main menu of our application. So this is include the 4 available options. Option 1 is a check password, when user can evaluate the strength of a password. Option 2 is a password security tips. They will provide a useful recommendation for creating a strong password. Option 3 is about program, which display the information about our project. Option 4 is edit programs, which choose close the application safely. So now I'm going to demonstrate the password checking features. So now I'm going to enter the option 1, and I'll enter a weak password like ABC. So the program analyzes the password by checking several security requirements, including the password length, uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, and special character. As we can see, this password is too short and only include the lowercase letter. It does not include the uppercase letter, number, and special character. So therefore, the program classifies it is a weak password and provides several suggestions to improve the password, such as increasing the password length and adding the uppercase letter, number, and the specific character. So now I will check another password like ABC12345. So this password meets some of the security requirements. It includes the lowercase letter and number, but it also meets the minimum password length. However, it still does not include the uppercase letter or the special character. Therefore, the program classifies it as a medium level and recommend additional improvement to make the password stronger. So now I will check another password and enter a strong password like ABC12345 Lion. So this password meets all the security requirements. It includes the uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, special character, and a good password length. As a result, the program gives a high security score and classifies it as a strong. Since the password is already secure, the program displays a message indicating that it has an excellent password security. So now I'll turn to the main menu, and I will enter the option 2 to access our password security tips page. So this page provides several useful recommendations to help users create a stronger password and a more secure password. For example, users are encouraged to use a longer password, include different type of character, avoid the personal information, and use the different password for different account. After reading the tips, user can return to the main menu. So now I will enter option 3, going to our about program page. So this page will provide basic information about our application, including the program name, program category, the program purpose, and developed by the LDCW6123 group project. So return the main menu and select the option 4 to exit our application. So the program display a message to thank the user for using the application before the determining successful. So this is our application demonstrate. So that's all for our group presentation, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.